So we're gonna get right into it because right when we're about to start recording this, we just found out who Defensive Player of the Year is, and it's Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is the first guard to win it since Gary Payton 1995-96. And the man over here, Josh, is not happy at all. We all know. If you've been listening, he's been talking Mikal Bridges this whole time. Welcome to Chasing Chips.
Yeah, I mean, listen. All right. So yeah, I'm pretty upset. Where do I start? Mikal Bridges, I think, should have won it, but also I don't understand because I think there was other candidates in that pool with Mikal Bridges that should have got it over Marcus Smart, Jaren Jackson, Rudy Gobert, Giannis. I don't understand. Like I don't
Jaren
understand.
Jackson, who just got dunked on the other day. Jaren Jackson.
I mean, one play. Come on, let's be real. The man is the anchor of the Memphis defense. You know, it's not Steven Adams. Hate to break to you, but it's Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson's the one that's always there, you know, sneaking around about ready to block your ass. So I think there was plenty of other candidates, but I don't know. Is it something to do? This puts me in a hole. I'm putting my fucking tinfoil hat on. Is this whole thing to do with the market? You know, I'm thinking the whole Tibbs narrative. Like, why did Tibbs win Coach of the Year last year? And then now it's like, why is Boston getting hyped up? They had a shit-ass first half of the season. Did they not? They were in trouble. People had them not making the playoffs, you know, just because they were so shit in the beginning of the year. And then all of a sudden, they have a solid run at the end. They have a great season.
I agree
the
with
latter
you.
half of the season.
I agree. That is true.
Do people not take that into account the whole year? Because they were struggling. They were struggling hard. You know, and I get it. Marcus Smart has always been known as a dog. I'm not trying to like shit on Marcus Smart, but I'm just saying I don't understand the requirements for these awards. It's just so wishy-washy. I don't understand. I think we should remove it from the media. I really do. I think we should. Like, I think we should remove the weight of the scoring from the media. We should just count the players and the coaches. That's it. No more fucking media narrative manipulation. I don't want them to vote. Because I don't believe that these media correspondents or these people that are voting for these awards always base it off of like one particular requirement or like one kind of status quo.
No. I'm trying to figure. Okay, I mean, yes, I think we do. I agree. We got to take it out of the media's hands, but also it's just like the biggest point that you made right now that really got me was that all right, they were really bad the first half of the season. How do you win Defensive Player of the Year when your team wasn't good all year?
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I don't get. So why Marcus Smart? There's so many other players. Giannis, Rudy Gobert, Jaren Jackson, Mikal Bridges should have led that fucking trophy, honestly. But for some reason, Marcus Smart, everyone wants to get on the dick of the Boston Celtics, and it's because it's a huge market. And a lot of these, I don't know. I want to look into this. Are a lot of these reporters from Boston? I'm putting on my tinfoil hat. You know, there's a lot of big name writers that are from Boston.
You're clearly upset, and I think that's it makes you have a point. I mean, we already got shunned last year with Tibbs, and now this year with I think if the Suns go this whole year like NBA awards and no one wins one,
I will flip my shit. I swear to God, if you guys, if you don't let us get any award for this franchise record-breaking year, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
the best player on the best team is the criteria. Come on,
the best team, the best coach. The NBA. I understand the Defensive Player of the Year can sometimes go to different teams because it just not necessarily goes to the best team. But like MVP and like Coach of the Year, I feel like should be always the best team most of the time.
I think
most of the time.
I think if it's close,
you should
have other factors, right? Like if it's a close race, then put them all in the same pool.
Yeah, like three. You're right. Three, like if they're 4 or 5 games apart, like
right. But 64 fucking wins, you know, it's just like there was no competition. And to not give us any award is a crime. I'll smoke to that.
You're gonna be all right. No, you're not. That's pretty funny. But the next thing is that what else happened today? Kyrie.
What else matters?
That didn't happen today. I know you just mad. So upset.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. We're talking about whatever you want to talk about. We can go down the line. Let's talk about the playoff games.
Playoff games. So game one analysis. Pretty much we're gonna just give it take. Just we think if this team even has a chance. 76ers Raptors. 76ers. Yeah, I picked the Raptors. I am wrong. That was a bad choice. 76ers about to just spank them real quick.
Remember when you were hyping up the Raptors for so long? Remember when you were hyping up the Raptors for so long?
Yeah.
And then and then now you're gonna say that they're gonna lose, no problem.
They fell apart. They got Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes was the. I'm not saying he's not good, but I'm not saying that he holds enough weight in that roster to beat Joel Embiid and that crew. You know, so I knew it from the beginning. This is gonna be no competition. Perhaps a sweep. Toronto can't hang. They're frauds.
It's probably gonna be a sweep. Yeah, they might get one at home, maybe.
Yeah.
Mavs, Jazz. No Doncic. Doncic was out shooting today. He wasn't. He was. That's a good thing. He's on the court. I personally think Doncic just shut it down and just say, give it up and just get rested. This thing come back with that calf strain because we all know what calf strains lead into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't want that to happen.
Here's what I got to say.
I'm like, just shut it down, bro.
Yeah.
You're not winning the chip. You're not winning.
I totally agree. I mean, you guys haven't been out the first round since 2011. You know? That's when they went to the finals, right? And they won.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great year. But since then, y'all haven't done shit in the playoffs. So I wouldn't risk your career for, a half-ass Mavs team that is, doesn't really have any star besides you. And
doesn't have an identity, but him. He is the identity. If he plays, and I'm praying it doesn't happen. But for me, I'm like, bro, just shut it down. I mean, you're already gonna go. You're about to hop in the game. Down 0-2. Jazz are winning again. Then just it's a wrap.
Ain't nobody worried about the Jazz either, So
nobody worried about them.
No matter who comes out of that next round, that's it.
Warriors, Nuggets, Jokic. Potentially, a lot of people around the league is already, he about to win MVP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's tough.
So it's a tough one. Like the Warriors played really good.
Someone else has got to step up for the Nuggets, man. Like AG is the defensive anchor. That's where he spends a lot of his energy. So someone on the offensive side is gonna have to step up. Whether that's Bones, whether that's Morris, whether that's who MBJ might come back. Who knows?
He said he might.
So I mean, someone else got to step up. And it's not Will Barton. Will Barton is not the answer. So Denver's gonna have to pull something out their ass in order to compete in this game, in this matchup. So I think the Warriors beat them pretty easily. Unfortunately,
yeah. I've never watched basketball. I know I'm not lying. I lied.
You never watched basketball?
I said I never watched. I never watched basketball to the point where I felt bad for a player.
Oh, so you feel bad for Jokic?
I feel bad, man. He's trying so hard. Like his best years. I feel like I felt this for LeBron when he was in Cleveland towards the end. But I was like, man, they need to get you some help, bro. Like you're so good. You just need something like Jamal. Like what
freak accents though. I mean, you can't really. I mean, Jamal Murray, and you could blame having to pay MPJ all that money, and he was technically unproven. So
that's the one for me. That's the one for me. I thought paying him all that money was just a bad move. I thought you can that's move around money. I thought they had enough. Like their bones were good. Like they had enough guys where they can probably have an interchangeable Paul Millsap. How they beat us last year, where Paul Millsap was at the end of his prime, but he was still really good at moments. I feel like they could have used that money to have somebody like that in rotation. Like they could end up with a Robert Covington, or they could have ended up with some guys like that.
Robert Covington.
I'm just saying
for you. You saying that you could pad up
energy, but I'm guessing with
veterans.
You can have MPJ.
Yeah.
You could have kept him, paid him a little bit less or something like that.
Well, do you think MPJ
Jamal,
demanded the
I
max,
think so. I
probably?
think he had to. There's
Yeah.
no
So
way.
I mean, it's a risk, and it didn't work out, but they'll be back. I mean, hopefully MPJ will be back at some point.
Yeah,
Back
but
injury though, that's a lingerer. So yeah,
Heat
moving on.
Hawks
The Hawks,
are cooked. There ain't no
yeah,
way
they done.
they
Sorry.
winning. That Heat team. I must not haven't watched the Heat game for a minute because I was
Yeah,
like,
and
"What
then
in
it's
the
Clint
world?"
Capella out. He's
Yeah,
out. That's huge. I mean, you gotta give all that
this
time
is too
to
much.
was that Kagu or Okangu? I'm fucking up. The guy that's is he a rookie?
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
their center. He's pretty good.
Oh, the backup.
Yeah,
Mm.
but anyways, you're gonna need something. You're gonna need something else back there
Yeah,
because it's
that
gonna
ain't
be
gonna
tough.
be it. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
the Heat
Uh,
are too good.
Nets, Celtics. You still got the Nets.
Absolutely, dude. Ain't no worry at all. Honestly, the Celtics. I just don't think. I think that they are. They might win all their games at home. Like, I mean, fucking
That's. I
Celtics
mean,
Stadium. Like, is all hype.
oh,
Everyone's all hype.
so that means the Celtics win the series. That's what you're telling me. So they might win all
Mm,
their games at home, like you just said. So they win
not
the
game
series.
seven. Not game seven.
No, wait, no, wait. Oh, why? Oh, yeah. See,
Yeah,
that's it's called a field and slip. You understand that the Celtics are
yeah.
better, and they're gonna win all their games at home.
That's not
Boom.
true, though.
Celtics
Honestly,
win.
though, I
Celtics
think it
win.
goes to Game 7. No,
The
this is my
Celtics are
assessment. I
going to
think it
win.
goes to Game 7 because
It's
the
going
competition is
to.
high. But Kevin Durant, bro, and Kyrie Irving, you saw how much Kyrie Irving was hitting. If Kevin Durant just would have played defense in that last play, then they would have won that game.
That is true.
And plus, and another issue with that last play before when they were on offense was that Kyrie, what the fuck are you dribbling the ball that long to not shoot the ball? Like, that was your time to shoot that. And I understand you were double team, but if you're gonna take freaking 15 seconds out the clock, and just make this move, go across from one side to the other, just shoot the shot. I
Yeah,
mean, come on, man, shoot a shot.
there's something about over dribbling that I've never liked. I've never liked over dribbling. I think if you're taking that many dribbles and that much time off the clock, you better
Yeah,
be shooting the ball, man. Like, don't pass me the ball. That's one thing I'd always dislike about Harden's game. Like when I love all his moves, but when he would do all that and then like kick it to a teammate with like 4 seconds left on the shot clock, like, all right, you do something with it
not setting
with
up
4
people for
seconds. Like,
success.
bro, like what am I gonna do with this? Like,
Right,
I
exactly.
can't. I got 4 seconds. I can't even get a solid move. I can't even get into. I just got to be ready to
Yeah,
shoot.
that's when you just got to shoot the ball. I mean, like you already,
I guess,
you
yeah. I mean,
live and die on that amount of time you spend dribbling the damn ball. Like
yeah,
it's
I'd
it's
rather you
cop
shoot it.
out.
I'd be like, bro, you should have just shot it. Like,
Right,
I was ready, but because I know you could just shoot it, right?
right.
So like,
I mean, he already had what, like 38 points or something like that, or something
yeah,
outrageous. So it's
39.
just like, yeah, you hot, you on fire, so shoot the ball. And I was surprised, and then he gives it to KD, and it's like 2 seconds left, and KD's like, "Fuck!" I'm like, "Oh, far shit away," and he has to heave this fucking huge ass three. So yeah, that was dumb. And then KD was so stunned by that he didn't play defense at the end. So yeah, it was a fucking mess. But yeah, I think the Nets come back and they win Game 7. That's my final assessment.
Oh, um, well, you already got my take. I got Celtics. And next is Bucks Bulls. Does the Bulls give you anything? They didn't give me anything. I watched it. I was like,
The Bulls actually are putting up a fight, though. I mean, I don't expect
yeah.
DeRozan to shoot that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just a little nervous, and yeah, he had a poor streak. I think he made like 5 field goals, and he just needs to do better. And Caruso's got his back. I do love their defense. They got some dogs, so who knows? They might be able to put up a fight. But yeah, the Bucks. I mean, honestly, I think they're gonna win the East. It's just gonna happen.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I think they're
yeah,
gonna catch. They just even ugly basketball
yeah.
is still better.
Adam Silver would never. He would never allow that to happen. He can't
Well,
have LeBron and Giannis out. He needs one of them too. Because if it ends up just being the Nets out of the East, and we gotta hear all these Kyrie antics and all this
mm-hmm.
craziness happen, all the
Right,
playoffs.
right, right.
That'd be a nightmare. So many fines he's having to calculate. Too much.
Hey man, take the tin cap off, bro. Let it go. No, all right. You're so upset.
Well, think about how many fines are going to have to be given out. That was just game one. Kyrie's flipping
Let
everyone off and stuff.
let him rock. All right. Then he
Yeah.
gonna win on skill. All right. The Bucks are good. Falls now into this series I thought was gonna be a sweep was the Wolves and Grizzlies. I thought the Grizzlies were just gonna walk all over them.
The Wolves,
I was wrong.
They on the
I
map.
was wrong.
And Anthony Edwards, you are
Anthony
christened
Edwards
as a potential MVP one year in his future. I feel
no,
like
for sure. Oh
Yeah.
man, he's
And
incredible.
All-Star
He
next year
is
for
so good,
Yeah.
man. And man, I could like
But Cat was
the
hitting too. I'll give Cat his.
it's
Cat
the
led that team.
yeah, but it's the aggression. Ant-Man goes to the basket like I want to dunk on you every single time, and that's what I love about
Yeah.
Ant and Ja. Like they go to the basket with a like aggression, like that. Like I'm not gonna say it's like a Jordan aggression. Like it's
Yeah.
when Jordan used to play, he used to go like I would just watch it. I got caught on YouTube watching a 30-minute highlight Jordan highlights. I don't know how it popped up, but I didn't move. Like I just sat there and was like, I got real comfortable. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I forgot he did that.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like it's
like, let's
like,
go there. I mean, he'll meet you up there. It's
yeah,
like one of
meet
those
you up
things that
there.
he ain't scared to just like go at it. And if you want to meet him up there, then fine, he'll take it. He'll
Come
take
on
the hit.
up. Yep, come on up. And it feels like that every single time he goes up. And some guys be making them like business decisions like, nah, you got it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Well, it's
jumping.
because he's bigger. Like Ja's like still, skin and
Yeah.
bones, but Anthony Edwards like stacked like a football
He's-
player, That dude's scary. Like in the air.
he is. And I think I to my fault of not believing he really could lead a team. And
you hadn't let him grow up a little bit. He's still young.
Memphis is is young enough where that could be the series he wins because they're still young. They're really good, but they're young just like him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Ant got some veterans on his squad. You know what I'm saying? So if
who you got?
No, Cat is the like.
Is he a veteran? Okay, I wouldn't call him a veteran.
I think
he's peaking. I think he's like.
I think Cat is. All the dudes on Memphis are young. I mean, Steven Adams is probably the oldest guy on the team.
I think it's young versus young. Honestly, they're both teams are pretty young. Like Pat Bev is probably the oldest.
Yeah, the oldest. Yeah, he's definitely the oldest. But I was just talking about a little bit more seasoned. Like Cat, you know what I'm saying? I feel like with that addition, that's what gets them. Like, I don't know what. I was like, I guess after watching beat us, I was like, oh, they can beat. Like they really.
I mean, they're dogs, dude. So I mean, I anticipate a good fight. We'll see what happens. I still think the Grizzlies might come out on top of that just because they have more confidence. And I think honestly, the Timberwolves, just individual wise, have more talent.
Yeah.
That 1 through 5. But the Grizzlies are just more cohesive. And they just seem to play well together and have like a certain confidence that I think will just be superior in the end. I don't know. What's next? What's the next year's?
I'm trying to see the Pelicans are the youngest. Yeah.
I don't doubt that. Or OKC, maybe.
Pelicans, Cavs, and Rockets and Timberwolves. So yes, I was wrong. They are not. They're younger than the damn Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking young, bro. All right.
Oh man, this is young versus young.
Moving on. Okay, the Suns. Have we talked about the Suns yet? And the Pelicans? What a game last night.
Suns, Pelicans. Suns are gonna win. It's not even.
Point God. Oh my goodness. What a great display at the end there. I love to see him shoot the ball. I mean, anyone that has been a fan of Chris Paul,
me,
obviously, yeah, knows that he likes to get his other players going. Yeah. So sometimes he'll refrain from shooting, just to like get DeAndre Ayton going. So It's frustrating at times because he'll pass up on like a wide open shot that I know he can make.
Oh yeah.
And it's like in that little short range area, like real close to the basket, where you just do a little teardrop. And it's tough to see him give up that opportunity because it's like high percentage. Come on, we're trying to get buckets here, you know?
Yeah, he said that it was at halftime. Jamal Crawford walked up to him and said, "Shoot the ball,
Nice. Okay.
shoot the ball,"
Crowder, that's nice. That's
and
nice of
that's
you to
when he
say.
started shooting in the second half.
Mm,
And that's sometimes you need somebody to just tell you.
yeah.
That's it. Like sometimes you got Chris is one of them guys. He's so focused on getting everybody involved. Sometimes you can turn into a vortex on that. Like you can just like be just so zoned in on just helping everybody else and not even looking for your shot. And that's
Right.
what how great he is. He can get into a passing zone that's wild. Like you be like, yo, like all them passes are dope.
Yeah.
And then you're missing the scoring. But when both are on, dog,
It's,
he's
it's yeah, it's
he's
unstoppable
unstoppable. It's a
for
wrap.
sure.
It's a
Especially if
wrap.
you switch, especially if you get like a big on him,
Mm-hmm.
it's a nightmare for them.
And then you keep, and especially if they keep switching, like, oh, okay. Oh, so y'all just gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna just keep going to my spot, fade away to the right, fade away back, I'll go in. I think he's been doing that same shot for so many years. I feel like he knows the steps. Like it's
Yeah.
just incredible. Like, all right, I'm gonna just jab you here, bow.
It's
Like
mechanics.
it's like
It's mechanics. Repetition.
it's incredible. He's the only person I ever, when I tell kids that want to like be a point guard, like, man, I'm not going to take you too far back. I'm not going to take you Nate Archibald. I'm not going to take you all the way back to these old dudes that you probably don't care about. Chris Paul is the one. No, Nate Archibald still.
Yeah,
Hey,
dude. It's like
don't do that. No,
keep it
that's Bob
right
Cousy.
hand.
That's Bob Cousy. Don't get on my guy, my never Nate. But man, I'm like, look it. You gotta watch Chris Paul. Just watch a Chris Paul highlight tape, like a 30-minute one. Just sit there and just watch it. You know, usually you be playing video games or watching something else or things. You know, just watch. I just asked, give it 30 minutes, and most of them guys come back the next day like, wow. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
No.
Agreed. But I mean, honestly, for the Suns to take it to a ring, he's gonna have to shoot the damn ball. Moving on. Herb Jones. Watching you, dude. Because I don't know if you saw that little shoulder that he gave DeAndre Ayton, but that was no accident, in my opinion. He gave him a little, he's like, oh, I'm, just crossing by, gives him a little boom. Almost knocks Ayton out, dude. Did you see that? He's a little dazed.
Yeah, I did. He was a little. You think that he tried to move out the way? I don't think it was on. I don't think it was on purpose.
That's a lie. It was definitely on purpose.
All right. Everybody's coming at. Everybody's coming.
Traded to the G League.
So, but we forgot to talk about that Kyrie middle. I don't really care, honestly. It's Boston.
I do. Let's talk about it. Because
Boston. I mean, no. You know, it's this. I mean, we're gonna talk about it. It's Boston, so I don't really. I mean, they want to agitate him and agitate him, and he, responded.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Boston fans, you suck. You're just as bad as Philly fans. Honestly, I put you guys in the same category. You guys are always talking all that shit, and then I don't know. I don't like this kind of hate on Kyrie. Although, he reacts to it. So he said he wants to play ball. I mean, I don't understand. He said he wants to play ball during the interviews afterwards. So he's willing to like deal with the repercussions. And he's like, people are going to talk to me. I'm going to talk back, So it's like, it's what it is. What's funny is that you never hear what the fans are saying. You rarely do, right? So it's only one-sided. Whenever there's a media coverage on it, all you see is Kyrie's reaction. Him flipping people off and shit like that. You have no clue what was said except for the people around there, and you never really capture that audio in these like media coverage and stuff. So it's easy to be one-sided.
It's crazy.
It's
Someone's always recording.
Yeah.
Always.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, let's hear what the fans are talking about.
You want to put a mic out in the fan. You want to put a mic out there.
I'm just saying, like, if we're
that's not a bad idea.
Players, if we're gonna be fair to these players, Adam Silver, I want some audio at like what the players are hearing, so you can be.
So if you put like audio
about your fines,
you know what? If you put audio mics right there, I don't know if you can do that
why can't you?
because people
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
infringement.
personal stuff.
Right. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
Damn.
you're getting personal now. The idea almost
Getting a
did.
little bit
We were
close to
almost there,
liability.
and we missed that part. Like, oh,
Yeah, you gotta
we
sign a
about to talk
waiver.
about other things.
Well, I mean, I feel like maybe there's a certain perimeter around the court to where you're not necessarily like in people's business, so you can't hear them directly, but like you hear shouting or like you hear, or how about you just have people there that are just like recording from their fucking things like little security cops. I don't know. Anyways, no matter
They
the
have
fucking
security
solution,
people there.
we have
Most
established
of
what the
them.
problem is. You guys figure out the solution. That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
Adam Silver. That's why you get paid all that money.
All right.
Figure it out.
They're gonna figure it out.
Yep.
So
Figure it
I
out.
wanted to
That's it.
show you this. You know what I'm saying? So since y'all can't really see it,
Yeah,
let me
DeMarcus
zoom
Cousins
in.
basically saying like, "What the fuck did Sack do for me?"
Marcus Cousins said,
Didn't do
"What
shit.
did Sack do for me besides say my name draft day? I did more for them than they did for me. That's just being honest. Just being 100% honest. I had 2 owners, 3 GMs, 7 coaches in 7 years. I was there 7 years. And then, but the reaction from George Karl paid you approximately 50 million and gave you opportunity to play professional basketball for a living."
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think they're both right, honestly. I think
Ooh.
DeMarcus Cousins is stating the obvious that the Sacramento Kings management has been, a nightmare and a joke for a while.
Yes.
And also, he did get paid his money. Unfortunately, he got injured, so things happened. I think there's loyalty there. I mean, he was there for 7 years. I mean, so there's obviously some loyalty and some good treatment, but I don't know. Obviously, none of us were there, so it's only one sided once again, in the sense of like we only see what's out on the Twitterverse. We don't see what DeMarcus Cousins was dealing with that, you know, Sacramento Kings. I mean, they did build a new stadium, but that was after the fact. I think DeMarcus Cousins he already left, right?
Yes. I believe Marcus Cousins' effort and value to the city of Sacramento was worth more than what he was paid. I don't ever think you should
What you mean? Like the
quantify
money they owe
somebody's
him
effort.
jersey?
I don't think you ever should quantify somebody's effort by just like we paid you this
Mm,
amount. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes you get above and beyond effort for not what you think you should be paid for, or you know
yeah,
what I'm
I mean,
saying.
clearly
I
George
don't think that
Paul
should
feels
be.
a little
I think
butthurt.
that's the most like small, like that mentality is just terrible to me. I just don't think like, oh, all right, you got paid that, got to do you. I'm going to be above and beyond, but don't. Oh, we paid you for it. You know what I'm
Well, no,
saying?
I think.
I
Well, I think.
believe he did do a lot for them. Then he did. Look at him.
Well, no, I think the point was that DeMarcus Cousins was saying that they did nothing for him. And George Karl's statement was like, they paid you $50 million. And like, that is something. But I think, under the surface, George Karl probably just felt butthurt because he
Yep.
was a coach then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, any kind of negative comments towards that era when he's coaching is kind of directed to him because he's the head honcho of the fucking team. So he's butthurt, so he's gonna make a comment. George Karl always on that Twitter. I don't, dude. He's funny. He's like an old grandpa, just like always on Twitter. I don't know. It's just like when you see George Karl, you don't think like he would be so active on Twitter because he just seems like an old school kind of guy.
Right.
But it's just funny to see. I mean, maybe focus on Facebook, George. You know, I'll just play. That was too bad.
That was mean. So this place,
Ageism.
random Zillow gone wild. $420,000 in Wisconsin. Good example of what happens when your Michael's obsession goes one sign too far.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Houses,
Why are we talking about houses?
because this is random.
This is hell random. I feel like, are you on fucking Stumble
Welcome
Upon right
to
now?
Pound
Are
Town.
you on Stumble Upon right now? Are you just going through some random shit? I don't even know what the fuck that means. 420,000 for that house? We're talking
Yeah.
value. We're talking about property now. All right,
Just
let's
want
talk
to
about
see a
that.
reaction.
Let's
Just switching it up real quick. Just something random.
talk about Jaden Smith. Let's talk about that comment
What?
because that was something that you're gonna bring up, right? Jaden Smith.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was your boy.
That's not my boy, bro. But I will say though, I did hear about his comments, and it just kind of like, okay, here we go.
More adults than I did with kids my own age because I was picking up more things from adults than I were from kids my own age. Mm-hmm. And I look and I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age and they're just kind of I'm just like, dude, like, oh my God, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now? Can we talk about what's going on with the environment? I spent my childhood with more adults than I did.
Oh my goodness. So, I don't know. So everyone has the right to their own opinion. Let's preface with that before we dive into it. Yeah. Okay. But after that, I'd say it just sounds like very elitist, kind of like standoffish when you're talking about kids your own age, like you're better than them kind of thing. And it's just like you're putting yourself in a different category and you're just saying like, oh, like you're above these people. Like there's no one your age that can have a conversation with you. You know, even about whatever the fuck you want to talk about, economics or shit. Like what the fuck, you know? Okay,
Political
cool.
atmosphere.
I'm sure there's other kids that like to talk about the same shit that you're talking about. So it's just like very standoffish to act like that and have that sort of comment. I don't know. If I was a kid his age, I'd be like, "Fuck you, bro." Like, oh, you better than me?
I took it just he thinks he's wise beyond his years.
Yeah,
that's why he had to stay above the ball. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just I think
rich kid,
mentally.
bro. Rich kid.
I think that's. I mean, it's the same. I wouldn't say it's the same thing, like right, same thing. But I would say it's like when you were playing basketball growing up, and you got to a point where you felt like you shouldn't be playing with these kids anymore. Like I'm better than all these kids. Like, and y'all all my same age. We're all tandem, but everybody knows I'm better than y'all. And I'm probably better than 11-year-olds. So I need to be playing with the bigger guys. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how I thought about it when he said it. I was like, because I'm trying to just give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Okay. That's positive. That's a positive way of looking at it, I guess.
Because I remember those times. I'll be playing. I'm like, oh, man, I can't play in this grade. I need to be playing. I'm a freshman playing on varsity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. But there's a difference between looking at your team amongst 4 other players and saying that you're better than everyone. But he's saying everyone his age in the world. Like in the world. Like he's above that shit. That's pompous as fuck, dude. I don't know. That's just a rich kid comment, I feel. That's just like what rich people say.
Now you want to just investigate his circle of friends because you got to be like, so all y'all talk like this? So, because what he's implying is that you have to talk like that.
Well, he ain't got no friends, bro.
He does.
Adults,
he does. I know he does because he has the group called the Mythics, and that's like 2 of his other buddies. One is a producer. He has 2 producers, so they've been together since 13, something like that, making music. And I know,
but he's above him though.
Moy
he's above him.
Moy, nah. All right.
Yeah, they might be friends, but just know that like Jaden's up here.
That's terrible. Oh man. Yeah, that's it. Chasing chips.
Chasing chips. Cheers.